Good evening and welcome to the Rockefeller Oval here in Yonkers, New York for tonight's game between the Chicago Teetotalers and our New York Haberdashers. At this time, we'd like to introduce the starting lineup for the visiting Chicago Teetotalers. Batting first, the second baseman, number 5, Lavender Sandalbags. Batting second, the first baseman, number 13, Crispy Yellow. Batting third, the catcher, number 14, Moopy Poundcake. Batting fourth, the shortstop, number 42, Bowtie Harvey. Batting fifth, the left fielder, number 23, Humpty Pool. Batting sixth, the right fielder, number 22, Dim Barron. Batting seventh, the center fielder, number 12, Ren Bugby. Batting eighth, the third baseman, number 2, Nevada Escargot. And batting ninth, the pitcher, number 10, Tuba Hunis. And let's get those hats in the air. Hats off to the Haberdashers as they take the field. Here they are, the starting lineup for today's game. The left fielder, number 8, Stump Phillips. The right fielder, number 40, Huayni Jagoff. The center fielder, number 7, Hubie Goozle. The first baseman, number 29, Gauze Blacksmith. The third baseman, number 46, Boob Jenner. The shortstop, number 16, Stokely Hathaway. The second baseman, number 23, Trevor Moore. The catcher, number 12, Doug Lumps. And taking the mound, the starting pitcher for the New York Haberdashers, number 21, it's hurt so good. Now Dashers fans, get those caps in the air and show that it's hats off to the Haberdashers. Good evening, baseball. Time for some good evening baseball. My name is Scooch Closer. This is Radio WJZ. We're at the Rockefeller Oval here in Yonkers, New York for tonight's game. One out already, and oh my goodness, Crispy Yellow hits it to industry on the second at bat. Sandalbags rounds out, however, it is Crispy Yellow who hits it to industry for a 1-0 start to this game in favor of the 7-5 Chicago Teetotalers. Both teams sitting at 7-5 going into today's game. 3.5 games behind the surging New Ohio Debonaires, which took 11-2. Well, they played yesterday, rest day for the Dashers, travel day for Chicago, so they are back here into the swing of things, and that's going to be out number 2 with Bowtie Harvey, who's known to be able to smash them.
Leroy.
Got 5 home runs already this season. He's batting .452 with 31 at bats. I give you that. However, that is an impressive thing, and oh my goodness, he's done it. Number 6 for Bowtie Harvey, a second home run to industry, a second time for Bowtie Harvey. Well, Humpty Pool, and the batting does not get any easier. Humpty Pool next up to the plate for the Teetotalers. Batting .308, and that's going to be an easy out. That will be Blacksmith taking it himself. So 2 hits and 2 runs, both home runs,
from Crispy Yellow and Bowtie Harvey, brought to you by Industry Brand. Perfumes, fragrances, and cologne. Because nothing is quite as intoxicating as the fresh smell of industry. Found wherever smells are sold. We are looking at that is the first out, and here is Whiny Shagoff. And he hits that one right to the first baseman. Crispy Yellow stands on the bag. 2 outs, just as easy as that. Tuba Hoon is taking the mound today. Had to maybe missed one of his recent starts due to a last-minute injury. Malort Jepson had to come in. So good to see him back into the spirit of things. Looking lively out there, an empty pool. We'll make it a 1-2-3 inning at least. We'll make it a 1-2-3 inning. So the Dashers come up blank after one. And Dim Barron coming up to the plate. And he hits it right to the fielder for out number 1. This is Ren Bugby, the center fielder. And he's going to start that off with a single. This is his 11th hit of the season. Moves his 278 average up just a little bit higher. And now we're looking at Nevada Espargaro, who is going to get on with a single as well. And the bottom third of the order looking quite all right for the Teetotalers. Bring up Tuba Kunis. Not had many at-bats. He's obviously, as you expect from a pitcher, and he's going to drop that one into left field, Stump Phillips, and it's an RBI single for the pitcher. Now 3-0 for the Teetotalers, and the Haberdashers are having quite a timeout there. Herzl Good. Quite the pitcher, but not today, and he's going to bat into a double play. Fancy Dan, Lavender Sandbags, goes 0 for 2. Fancy Dan, double play brought to you by Fancy Dan. Follicle product, put more fop in your quaff with Fancy Dan. Starting things here for the Haberdashers is Gauze Blacksmith. He's going to ground that one out. One out is Boob Jenna. 333 so far. 3 home runs. And that's going to be, oh, what a diving catch by Ren Bugby to record out number 2. I must say that catch is worth a salt. This is why it's brought to you by Salt, the seasoning craze that is sweeping the nation. You can try it on anything. Found wherever salt is sold. Well, Hathaway is going to ground out to basically the infield, the throw to Yellow, and so far the Dashers have been blank for 2 innings. Crispy Yellow, who got things started with the home run, and a bit of an anus scratch for Mr. Good as he gets ready to pitch. 1-1 the count. Foul, 2-2 the count.
Foul ball.
And that one is foul again. Bit of a sneeze for Mr. Herzl Good. And that is contact from Yellow. It hits the wall. Extra bases. He's into second easily. So he is 2 for 2 today with a home run and a double.
Nope inside.
Be out number 1, Movie Pound Cake, hitting it right into it. Here is Bowtie Harvey. going to be a strikeout for Bowtie Harvey, so things coming back to perhaps in the direction of the Dashers. They are down 3-0, and Herzl Good seems to have found a bit of his stuff. I say that as Umpty Poole grounds it right to right field, and Yellow will score, so it is now 4-1 with 2 outs. Here is Dim Barron.
Pitching set.
And that's going to be a triple for Barron. He is in with the triple, and that scores Poole all the way from first. Goodness me, it is looking wonderful for the Teetotalers. But finally, Ren Bugby brings it into the inning. Well, 2-run score off of 3 massive hits that inning for the Teetotalers. It is now 5-0, and Tuba Hunis only thrown 15 pitches in 2 innings. And that first one is high. Is it far enough? No, it's into the glove of Ren Bugby for out number 1. Was hopeful for Trevor Knockmore as Doug Lumps does not get good contact, and the throw from Sandalbags to Yellow is in time. Out number 2. Herzl Good. Hits it right to Hunis. Hits surprise, gets the glove up there, looking alive, and makes the throw. Start is Nevada Escobar, because why not? Why wouldn't everyone else have a good swing at the ball this time? The hits seem to be coming for the Teetotalers. And only the Teetotalers. This is Tuba Hunis, who's going to hit into, fielder's choice. Well, he gets Escargot at second, but Hunis is now on first with the 1 out. Bringing up Lavender Sandalbags, top of the order. He is 0 for 2 today. The top of the 4 shows you how the game's been going. There have already been 3. At-bats for Lavender Sandalbags, who hits a full count, and that is going high and up into the air. And caught by Whiny Jagoff. And the throw holds Hunis at first. Here's Crispy Yellow. He is 2 for 2 today with the home run and the double. Just the top of the 4th. We're going to be seeing this Yellow quite a few more times. That's getting by the glove of Hathaway. And he is on with a single. Well, Crispy Yellow is a triple away from hitting from the cycle. And that is baseball notoriety and bit of history, I suppose. And oh goodness me, Pound Cake hits it, throw in time for out number 3, and that's going to strand 2 runners. And in between the 4th inning, it is now 5-0 with the Dashers back up the plate. Just a reminder that all the fanciest of catches that were made today are brought to you by Salt. Any catch that's worth a salt. Salt is the seasoning craze that is sweeping the nation. It can be found in places where salt is sold. Just follow the deer and you'll find salt. You can try it on anything. That is, unfortunately, Stump Phillips flying out to center field. Ren Bugby with the catch. Here's Whiny Jagoff, and he breaks the seal in the bottom of the 4th with the first hit of the game, and breaks it open for the Haberdashers. He is in with a double, and that is the first hit of the game. The entire Haberdashers lineup batted around without a hit. And Tuba Hunis faces Tubi Boozle, and that's going to get into a diving Bowtie Harvey. Makes the choice to throw to third. A fielding error, but it will not be called such. He is on with a single. Goozle on first. Jagoff on second, and this is some life for the Dashers as Gauze Blacksmith is the right person to perhaps take this through. He's been batting .429. They're going to walk him, loading the bases for Boob Jenner. Hey, a man with 9 RBIs and 4 home runs. Now been walked for a man with 3 home runs and 6 RBIs, batting .333. And that's going to be a double play, Fancy Dan, to end the inning. Not only scoring 0, but it does end the inning. Well, that Fancy Dan double play brought to you by Fancy Dan Follicle Products. Put more fop in your quaff with Fancy Dan and their assortment of styling salves, hair lubricants, gelatin-based hair treatments, and of course, crimping powder. Because why be a Mitchell when you can be a Fancy Dan? And a strikeout of Bo Ty Harvey. His second strikeout does have the home run, however. That was the second run of the game. And Umpty Poole is going to be on with a double. His second hit of the game. He's got a single and a double. 2 for 3. And Dim Barron smashes that one to industry for a 2-run home run. 7-0 now for the Chicago Teetotalers. The throw to Boss Blacksmith in time for out number 2. Ren Bugby up to bat. Now it's Nevada Escargot who had 2 singles today. He's 2 for 2. Not an expected batsman to be bringing up some of his weight in the lineup, but however, and that's going to go right up the center. So another single, a third single for Nevada Escargot will put him on. And that will be it for Herzl Good. Incoming Thermos Hearn. Thermos Hearn, first hit by Hoonis is going to be right out to Whiny Jagoff. And Stokely Hathaway leads off for the New York Haberdashers, down 7-0 here in the bottom of the 5th. Would not expect these two teams to be tied at 7-5, 3.5 games out of first place by the score of it and the way they've been playing. However, here we are, and that is a strikeout to Hathaway. Of course, the home run hit in the previous inning, hit by Dim Barron, is brought to you by Industry brand fragrances, perfumes, and colognes. Because if you can smell like anything in this world, the one thing you want to smell like is industry. To industry, indeed, found wherever smells are sold. Doug Lumps, the catcher, also one today. Hits that one foul. He's got Trevor Knockmore on first. And he's going to be on with a single, so New York trying to string something together. That's going to be out number 2. Bring up Stump Phillips. And that's going to be, actually, that would be in play, or stay in play. I thought that was going to be foul, and the way it's been going, you'd have to imagine it would have been. However, Stump Phillips with an RBI double to get the Dashers on the board. It is now 7-1.
Too low.
Industry, Whiny Jagoff. A 3-run home run suddenly more palpable for the New York Haberdashers. And any sort of silly willies who might have left early to beat the horse-ridden roads of traffic might be trying to get their ways back into the stadium as Hubie Goozle is back on. Well, that's because Blacksmith we know with a home run to Industry. It's to Industry another time. 7-6. 6 runs in this, the bottom of the 5th, and somehow Tuba Hunis remains in this game. He's going to throw pitch number 50 for himself. That is it, ball 1-1. Twice to Industry in this single inning. My word. And he's going to strike out Boob Jenner to bring a merciful end to this inning for the Teetotalers. My word. Well, that pair of home runs is brought to you by Industry Brand Fragrances, colognes, and perfumes. If you're out on the town and a lovely lady asks how you can smell so dashing, you say, my dear, that's just Industry. You're listening to Radio WJZ. This is Scooch Closer, bringing you New York Haberdashers baseball, the top of the 6th here at the Rockefeller Oval in Yonkers, New York. With 1 out, that was Lavender Sandbags. Recording that out, he's had not a good day. Also poor today for Sandbags. He has not been doing well at all as of late. And good running for Crispy Yellow. As he's going to stay alive, he is still 3 hits for the cycle. He is 4 for 4. But the Teetotalers seem to have woken up just a bit, but so have the Haberdashers just as much. And that is popped out to Boob Jenner for out number 2. Boob Jenner playing third base. Playing second for a bit, but not more. Back into the side. Good fielding presence is Trevor Knockmore. And of course, Dog Blacksmith coming in for Moss Wirtz, who was a rookie, but Blacksmith has just been hitting him out of the park. So I don't know how you get rid of him from the starting lineup to find a rookie like Moss Wirtz, who is also quite good as well. Perhaps there is a way to make that work. I'm not certain. That's why I'm not in the management of the New York Haberdashers. I just call it from the booth. So the Dashers are back up to the plate with a 7-6 score and a chance to tie it up or perhaps take the lead. Stokely Hathaway up to the plate now. And Hathaway is going to be on with his first hit of the game. A single to get things started is Trevor Knockmore. And looks like there will be a pinch runner coming out for Stokely Hathaway. It will be Joe Nelly. Interesting to see where Nelly goes into the lineup, because I know he's definitely an outfield player. I don't know if he'll be doing that, but we'll see. As that's going to be a single for Joe Nelly. Bring up the catcher, Doug Lumps, who's going to drop that one into the gap between center and right field. Bugby will field it, but 2 runs will go in, and will it be in time? Yes, it will be 2 runs on that one. A lead now for the New York Haberdashers, 8 unanswered runs, and in comes Derry Hamper. And Hamper will hit that one, Hamper will pitch that one, and that will be right to Dim Barron. However, Lumps will tag up. And take third. So with 1 out, Stump Phillips back to the top of the order. And that's going to be into the glove of Mabata Escargo for out number 2 in foul territory. Whiny Jagoff, a double and a 3 RBI A double and a 3-run home run are his most two recent at-bats here in this game, 2 for 3. Going to be another single, so Jagoff is now suddenly 3 hits towards the cycle. And Hubie Woozle taking the plate, and he's going to hit that one high and up to industry! Well, the home runs just keep coming. I don't know how you cannot enjoy this if you're a fan of baseball, unless you're a fan of the Chicago Teetotalers and you are seeing them give up 11 runs unanswered to the New York Haberdashers for the neutral. This is probably the most exciting game I can imagine to watch. With my very eyes, you've got to come down to the Rockefeller Oval. My voice cannot do it justice as you're hearing it over the radio. But my goodness, a combined 27 hits today, and we're not even into... Well, foul ball Duncans will come in at shortstop. That will answer that. And he will field the first one. Double for Jim Barron. That is now, he's a single away from the cycle, my word. So there's just so much going on that if we don't see a hitter hit the cycle, you know, 3 hitters that are one ball in play from the cycle. And that, as a fan of baseball with zero, as a fan of baseball, you don't even have an allegiance to appreciate the how impressive that can be. Well, 1 run will score on that out at first from Nevada Escargot, and Derry Hamper will come out for Curtis Burgess, who will hit that one right to Gauze Blacksmith. He'll step on the bag, and that will retire the side for the Teetotalers. They do get the 1, and Big Peters coming in to pitch in the 7th. Facing the 0 for 3 Boob Jenner, who's going to get his first hit, and he's going to be on with extra bases. And that's going to be Blacksmith dropping that one in for an RBI. Oh, beg pardon. That was, in fact, was that Joe? No, that was Duncans. My apologies for that one. And he's in with the stolen base. So a single for Duncans, bringing home the run, 12 to 8. I feel like at this point it might as well be the it might as well just be more fun to just watch this and enjoy it, because I'm trying to keep score of this game, and there's just so much happening at every time. The runner's tagged up on the catch, and that is going to be the runner at third. After that was Knockmore. I believe this is Doug Lumps. He had that 2 RBI double last at bat. He's going to ground that one. It's going to bring 1 home, so he gets that on the sacrifice. But it does score 1 run, and it does put it up with 2 outs. It's Thermos Hearn. Oh, and he hits Thermos Hearn, and that might have just shown that it might be time to go to the bullpen yet again. My goodness. A tip of the cap from Big Peters. Surely not intentional, especially on another pitcher, another relief pitcher. That seems a bit of a brotherhood of man. a benevolent brotherhood of man. And relief pitchers would like to be in that fraternity, that great big brotherhood of man. And that is a foul ball for a full count of Stump Phillips. Which did have a double. That was his only hit was a double as an RBI, and that is going to walk Phillips to bring up Whiny Jagoff. And he is going to be facing Goop Gloppage as the relief pitcher coming in for Fig Peters. Well, Whiny Jagoff is a triple away from hitting for the cycle. He will settle for a single. You know what? I think he's unfortunately not going to be doing that. And right to Harvey goes Blacksmith to retire the side. End of 7, 13-8. My goodness. I don't even know what to say at this point. And Stump Phillips' day is going to be over. Versi Moore goes into left field for Phillips. And he hits it to Industry. My goodness me. Word. Well, that was Lavender Sandalbags getting his first hit, and it is a home run to Industry. It is 13-9 in the top of the 8th. And the first out was recorded by Crispy Yellow, who again was a triple away from the cycle. Strike 3, and Moopy Poundcake has not found a hit all game. He feels like everyone has gotten on base except for Moopy Poundcake. 0 for 5 today, not a day for him. His Bowtie Harvey, he had a home run, and that was it for him. He's going to drop that one into center field to Hubie Guzzo to be on base for Umpty Pool. Tool before today. And he smashes that one. Well, Pool, is that going to go to Industry? Well, sometimes you just have to take your cap off and just watch, and in amazement, that is a 2-run home run for Umpty Pool, making him 3 for 5, and again, another triple away from the cycle. Dim Barron and Delmar Uptown comes in for Thermos Hearn. Delmar Uptown, the closer, being asked to get 4 outs now instead of just 3, and that's the first one right to Gauze Blacksmith. He steps in the bag and brings a merciful end to this. Well, the Haberdashers get a bit of a reprieve. They, goodness, both teams taking their horse tonics, and if this is the start of this series, 3 games of this, I cannot wait to call the next 2, I must say. My word, the second game, of course, will be Barnacle Portal taking on Beef Nuggets and the pitching matchup. And that game happens tomorrow, and the third game takes place on the 29th, so a day off between games 2 and 3. That final game will be Bonky Gorman for the Haberdashers taking on Split P. Hammond, the rookie, for the impressive rookie for the Teetotalers, nonetheless. So bottom of the 8th, 1 runner on, and that is going to be caught by Ren Bugby for out number 1. doesn't even matter. I'm just enjoying this one. It helps that the Haberdashers are taking the lead even further. But we are certainly giving our sponsorship money to industry brand fragrances, colognes, and perfumes. Because if you could smell like anything in this world, why wouldn't you want to smell like anything other than industry? Found wherever smells are sold. My goodness. And that's going to be caught by Ren Bugby for out number 3. Well, 15 to 11. 36 hits in this game. And Dip Pearls will come in for Gauze Blacksmith at first base. Ainsley Snakewhacker coming in for Gloppage, the pitcher, and again just breathing to try to get these, and he's going to possibly hit to a fancy gun to end the game, and it's hats off to the Haberdashers. My goodness. What a game. I do feel that I need to give a quick breath so I don't asphyxiate or choke, or run out of breath, or pass out, or get some sort of lung disease. But that's the only way I can imagine a lung disease can be contracted. Before we go to that, we will go to our finest end of the day, brought to you by Honeywheat Tobacco Company and their fine rolled cigarettes. We'll get to that in a second. That Fancy Dan double play to end the game, brought to you by Fancy Dan Follicle Products. Put more fop in your quaff with Fancy Dan. They have a variety of hair products. They have hair lubricants. You can lubricate your hair for some reason. And you can also they have styling salves, gelatin-based treatments. You can use the fancy new powers of gelatin to help your hair out. And of course, the famous crimping powder that you cannot get anywhere other than with Fancy Dan. Because they ask the question, why be a Mitchell when you could be a Fancy Dan? To make sure we get that out before I chip over any more words. My goodness, a lot of words today, a lot of hits, a lot of runs today. I hope you were entertained by my voice. If that is not an advertisement to come down to the Rockefeller Oval and see a game for yourself, I don't know what it is. I don't know what at this point can convince you to come out to the Rockefeller Oval if a display like that. If it sounded exciting to you over the radio on here on WJZ from my voice, please do come out, support the Haberdashers, come to see a baseball game. It's a great afternoon, it's a great evening. The weather is beautiful here in May. The year 1920 seems like it's going to start on a great note. I can only imagine it will stay wonderful like it is right now to the very end of the 20s. I'm certain of that. And if baseball is like this, then my goodness, how can anything in the 20s be bad? Well, that is the final score. The Chicago Teetotalers, 11 runs off 20 hits. I did stutter when I said that, but I did not misread that. 11 runs scored off 20 hits. The New York Haberdashers, 15 runs off 17 hits. With the win, they improved to 8-5. Chicago dropped to 7-6. My goodness. If I'm counting correctly, 9 home runs were hit today. 9 home runs. What can be said about that? 9 home runs! Oh, is that not fun? That's amazing. Come down and enjoy it. You might actually take one home with you. You might find one in your carriage. You might concuss your horse. Well, Thermoson gets the win, pitching 3 innings, coming in for relief for Herzl Good, who, had we known, I would have given Herzl Good a little bit of a reprieve after letting in those 7 runs, if I knew how the game was going to turn out. But Thermoson gets the win. Delmar Uptown with the save, coming in for 8 for the final 4 outs of the game. Tubahunis records the loss with 9 earned runs in 5 innings. And we do like to thank our friends at the Honeywheat Tobacco Company, for providing us with our finest dandies of the day. The Honeyweed Tobacco Company is sponsoring all the finest of the dandies of the day across the entire Continental League of Baseball for the 1920 season. The Honeyweed Tobacco Company, fresh hand-rolled cigarettes grown with care and grown naturally in the fabled tobacco roads of the Carolinas. Beautiful place. You should go and check it out if you ever can take a trip down south to the Carolinas. Tobacco growing as far as the eye can see and as far as the lungs can smoke. It's always a good time for a Honeyweed cigarette in the doctor's office, in the regular office, in the boardroom, in the bedroom, or at dinner with your family. It is always a good time for a Honeyweed cigarette. Our third finest dandy goes to Umpty Poole of the Chicago Teetotalers, going 3 for 5 with a home run and 3 RBIs. Dim Barron is the second finest dandy with pretty much everything but a single who hit for the cycle today. My word, 3 for 5. A bully to Dim Barron for the Teetotalers. What a coming out party for him. Perhaps his best appearance in the Teetotalers lineup for that rookie coming out of the nursery league, and he has shown a good showing for himself. But our finest dandy of the day is to Whiny Jagoff of the New York Haberdashers, going 4 for 5 with a home run, a double, 4 RBIs, and 2 singles, of course. He is our finest dandy of the day. He is being given a complimentary carton of Honeyweed cigarettes, hand-rolled cigarettes, brought to you by the Honeyweed Tobacco Company, reminding you as always to smoke wheat every day. This game goes to its second series tomorrow. My goodness. You can hear it all here, and of course on the 29th, so one day off between games 2 and 3. And then on the 29th will be game 3 of this series. As always, you can hear all these games here on Radio WJZ with myself, Scooch Closer, giving you the call for all the action of this beautiful 1920 season as the New York Haberdashers get another big win in a hotly contested series with a team that they were once tied for second. Now they take second place with a win today. And that is it for us. We go back to our Endless Wet Jazz here on Radio WJZ, New York's only home for Endless Wet Jazz. And of course, the only home of the New York Haberdashers. So this is Scooch Closer signing off saying hats off to you and hats off to the Dashers.